We're going to build 2 trailer blinds, hopefully today. Maybe we won't get them both today, it's 100 degrees out. But we're gonna get at least one of them built and put on the trailer, and then maybe, hopefully get the blind set on top of that to show you how that works. It's a pretty simple process. On the ground here, I've got a box that contains all the parts that Redneck sells for the trailer stand. And that's the part that the blind sits on, that goes between the trailer itself and the blind. It's not a lot there, and the amount of assembly is pretty minimal. This is as dry as you're going to see this t-shirt. Check this out. Look at Ethan wore long pants today.
And gray.
Yeah, kids, you just don't know. So these guys, see, they're not sweaty either.
Not yet.
Check back in an hour. They're going to look a whole lot different. These go in there. I don't know if they go on the outside or the inside. I think they go, looks like they go on the outside. So we're going to go lock washer. And then the nut. That should be good. The feet, when you get that in, then this goes on there like that, and then the same thing here. So I'm going to talk real quick about the trailers that I've got here. I just bought these at Tractor Supply, and they're 6x8, and I think 6x6 is the minimum that Redneck recommends for building the trailer blinds on. And you know, there's lots of ways you can get around this. I mean, I've seen people use the running gear off farm wagons, just old stuff that they find. You know, anything that will roll, you can put one of these on. But I do like having it on one of these standard trailers, because that way, if I move it from property to property someday, you know, let's say for example, I want to hunt someplace else, you know, you can go down the highway with it and, not have to worry too much about it. One of the key parts of the trailer are these jack stands. And you want to have a jack on each of the 4 corners, plus the one on the tongue. So you end up with 7 points of contact. You've got 5 jacks and the 2 tires, and that makes it really stable. I had a fella that locally that took the 2-inch pipe, welded that onto the trailer frame, and then the little jack receptacles onto the end of that 2-inch pipe. So they're a little bit wider than the width of the trailer, which is nice. Gives you that little bit more stability, kind of an outrigger kind of a feel to it. But that's a key part. And then I just bought some cheap jacks off Amazon. I think they were $42 each, maybe something like that, $45. That's really all you need. Okay. So I've got the platform on the trailer, and the tricky part there was positioning it in and out and left and right so that the bolts that we put in don't run into any part of the frame of the trailer, whether it's the axle or some of the cross pieces. So I think we've got it where we're going to get at least 2, if not 3 bolts per corner to anchor it to the trailer bed. So now I'm just putting those in, and nothing real special here. I'm going to go ahead with the lock washer and a lock nut, because if there's any amount of vibration, I don't want them coming loose and dropping out the bottom. Put the pallet forks on there with the fork extenders, and we wouldn't need those fork extenders, but if you don't, then you've got to use a lot of ratchet straps so you don't have it tip and fall off the front. But the extenders will go all the way across and be a lot easier to carry that blind.
Alright, you feel ready? Yep. Down. Okay, we went too far. Now.
Of quite that much. Okay, set it down. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
We've got everything done. I've got the 4 jacks here. We're going to put them on, and we're just going to show you the full deployment of how we do these trailer blinds in the field. First thing we do always is level it. It's a lot better experience hunting out of these blinds if they're level. So this shows that I'm a little bit low in the front. So I'm going to get that with the front jack. Okay, so now front to back is good. So now side to side, this can be the trickier one. So we're a little bit low on this side, and I think that's close enough that in the field, go ahead and show how close that is. In the field you might not notice that, and we could fix it with the jacks. But if it was much more than that, you'd have to dig down the tire that was on the uphill side. I really like trailer blinds. Not only do you get the portability of being able to move them around, but once the deer get used to them in a certain area, you can move them all over that plot or that field, and the deer don't pay hardly any attention to it. It's just a piece of farm equipment to them. The only time you get into trouble if they catch you in there or catch you coming or going, because then they start associating people with those blinds, and that's not good. So you got to be super careful. Like at the end of legal shooting time, you definitely want to have somebody, you know, come and get you. Have a way to get out of there without the deer knowing, because as soon as they figure out that you're in this thing once in a while, then they don't forgive them. But until then, it's just a piece of farm equipment. It's pretty awesome. One day it could be on one end of the field, the next day it can be on the other end. Deer don't pay any attention to it. So if you've not tried a trailer blind, I'd really recommend it. Now after watching today's video, you've got a pretty good idea how to put one together. Well, thanks for watching the setup. We'll see you right back here again soon.